All right, here we go. We're going to do the notes for lesson 4-7. It says use corresponding parts of congruent triangles. This is going to be one of the harder assignments, and it's all because of a lot of overlapping triangles. You're going to see pictures, an original picture of a scenario here, and you've got a lot of different triangles involved. And so visually it's going to be challenging. So let's go with these first two boxes. They're going to ask you to separate and redraw triangles DFG and EHG. So basically, you've got this figure here, and you're going to be asked to kind of just redraw this triangle here, DFG, and then also this other triangle here to the rightish, where it is EHG. Okay, so the first thing you do is separate them. And then it asks you to identify any common angle or sides. And for this particular picture, they both share this triangle here to the left, this triangle here to the right. They both share angle G. So angle G is the common angle. They don't really share a common side. Although this side here, G to H, it only goes from here to here on the other triangle. It doesn't go all the way to the bottom, so that's not really a common side. We're going to do the same with this next one here. We are going to separate and redraw the overlapping congruent triangles here. So if you look at this, there's a big triangle here, and then there's a big triangle on the right. So I'm going to redraw triangle, this one here to the leftish, ZWX, and then draw this one more to the rightish, and this is W, X, and Y. All right. State whether the triangles are congruent by side, 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 side angle, side, and so forth. First of all, there's a couple things given, and they've already made the tick marks in the picture. ZXW, this tick mark down here, is equal to YWX, this one over here. ZWX, this big double tick mark here, double tick mark, is equal to YXW, double tick mark. So now, why would these two triangles be equal? Right now I just see angle, 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 which is clearly not enough. We're going to need a side length. And if you notice WX, WX, this is the same side. So you could say WX is equal to itself. That's reflexive property. And then this would be congruent. These two triangles would be congruent because of angle, side, angle, angle, side, angle, after you say reflexive property here. So what's going to happen here is we are going to do a two-column proof. We're going to kind of use corresponding parts of congruent triangles are congruent, and to help figure out the triangles that you need to figure out to be congruent. It's a really long process, and if you notice, there's 9 steps in this first one here. Initially, this was the original problem here. Just this picture here. And then they ask us to prove why b to x is equal to d to x. We're going to prove why these two pink sides are equal. And the way we're going to do it is to prove that this small triangle here is congruent to this small triangle here, because we want to get to this bx dx. But if we can prove that these two triangles are equal, then we can go CPCTC. Now, we've got to go to what they give us to try to figure out why these two small triangles, these triangles here, are equal. And then, of course, at the very end, we can say pink BX is equal to DX. But let's start with the given. CA is equal to CE. So let's tick mark that. That's CA, that's CE. Okay? And then from there, they say, why is angle BAE equal to DEA? Excuse me, BAE, DEA. Okay, so why are these two bottom angles equal here? And the reason why they would be equal is because, I'm trying to figure out which ones are, okay, these two here. Because from the beginning, you have a big, this is C, this is A, this is E. You have an isosceles triangle. And then when you have an isosceles triangle, these bottom angles are equal. So this would be isosceles triangle theorem. Those bottom angles are equal. And we are talking about BAE and DAEA, which is right here. BAE, tick mark, it's right here. And DEA, right here. All right, notice the picture gave us, the proof gave us two different triangles, because we're going to figure out why these two triangles are congruent first, which will help us figure out why these two triangles are congruent. So let's continue on. Step 3, BA is equal to DE. That's another given, by the way. So that's a given. So let's take a look-see at our picture here. BA, here to here. But it's in this picture, it's right here. So I'll just tick mark here. BA, DE, tick mark. You separate these two triangles because it's easier to see what's going on from the original big picture here. Then it says AE is equal to AE. Well, of course, that's reflexive property. And let's look at where AE is. Well, if you double tick that there at the bottom, you need to realize it's being used in this triangle here, slightly to the left, and this triangle AE slightly to the right. Now I can say that these two triangles are congruent because I've got a reflexive property side, an angle from the isosceles triangle theorem, and then another side because that was in the given. So the two triangles are congruent because of side, angle, side. And we're talking about these two triangles right here. Now, why would they go about trying to figure out those two triangles to be congruent? Well, that will lead to step 6. It says angle ABE, this angle here with the yellow dot, is equal to EDA. Those are equal because those are corresponding parts in congruent triangles. Corresponding parts in congruent triangles are congruent. So if I look at this, now why would I care whether this yellow dot is congruent to this yellow dot? Again, this is ABE. Well, ABE is this yellow dot right here. EDA is also this yellow dot right here. Now we're getting to the last triangle that we're trying to prove congruent. So we have a tick mark here. I'll double tick mark it. Double tick mark it. So now if I look at this triangle, I have one angle, but in actuality I have another side. I have this one right here. It says BA is equal to DE. So I actually right now have an angle and a side. I need one more piece to the puzzle, and that will be step 7 here. And it says, why is BXA tick, tick, tick equal to DXE tick, tick, tick? Well, that is because those are vertical angles. Vertical angles are congruent. Our vertical angles theorem. Now, if you look carefully at this triangle, which again is the small one from the original picture, but I separated it because it's easier. We got vertical angles. We've got from the given, these side lengths are equal. We have these two angles near the top because those are corresponding parts inside those congruent triangles. So now we can say the two triangles are equal because there's an angle, angle, side. Angle, angle, side. And that is for this one here. And then finally, what we're trying to figure out, why are the two pink sides equal? Because those are corresponding parts inside this congruent triangle, therefore they are congruent. So a lot is going on here. There is a separation of the original pictures. You use one triangle to figure out corresponding parts there in yellow, and those corresponding parts are also in another set of triangles that you are to figure out congruent. These proofs are very long and difficult.